Hi, my name is Alisa Walker, and this is Haley Marshall's The Tanglewood Girls, a play. Copyright 2016, Haley Marshall. All rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording, or other electronic or mechanical methods, without the prior written permission of the author, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical reviews and certain other non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. To legally perform this play, you must obtain licensing from the author. To find up-to-date information on play royalties for the Tanglewood Girls, please visit thetanglewoodgirls.blogspot.com. Printed in the United States of America. First printing 2016. ISBN 978-154-1122895. ISBN 13 154-1122895. The Tanglewood Girls, a play. Setting, another time, another place. Characters, Grace, Mary, and Eleanor. Scene 1, Grace's cottage. Grace and Eleanor are on stage. Throughout the play, I'll be switching between characters, starting with Eleanor. What have the others told you? They told me that I'm not in prison anymore. They said that the moment I landed on Tanglewood Island, I was free. You are free. And you're free to live in this cottage. I know it doesn't look like much, but once you get work, you can rent a house, and you'll be given free food for the next month. My sister and I thought we were being sent to an actual prison on Tanglewood Island. Everyone on the island was a prisoner at one time. They take us here and they leave us here, and then we live our lives on the island. So we really are not prisoners anymore? No. I run my own store on the North End. I built my own house. If you saw my life and the lives of the others, I think you'd be impressed. The mainlanders sent you here to get rid of you, not to lock you up. I think you should know that I'm not guilty. I'm innocent. And my sister's innocent too. And I'm innocent as well. So is my husband. I haven't met a single person on the island who says they were guilty. But it doesn't matter now. You can have a new life on Tanglewood. You just need to find work, make some money, and everything else will fall into place. How long have you been here? 10 years. And you're happy? Yes, very. When I first came to Tanglewood, I was just like you. I had a life back home, but now my life is here, and it is wonderful. Let me give you a tour of the island. You need to see how amazing it really is. I'm sure my sister would love to go on a tour too, but I don't know where she went. She's probably on a tour with one of the others from the welcoming team. Why don't you catch up with her later? Scene 2, Grace's cottage. Mary is waiting for Grace. Grace enters. Mary, isn't this terrific? We're not in prison anymore. Tanglewood Island is just another prison. You simply don't see it yet. Where have you been? I've barely seen you since we got off the ship. Eleanor, one of the women on the welcoming team. She took me on a tour of Tanglewood. The island is great. And after the tour was over, I met our neighbors, and they're so friendly. This island is amazing. I've already taken a tour. I'm not impressed. Mary, I think I found a place where I can work. Work? Huh. So this isn't a prison, but you still have to work? That's the catch, Grace. They're gonna work us to death. No, they're not. We just need jobs so we can get money, and then everything else will fall into place. Mary, I think we have some hope now. This is 1,000 times better than the prison on the mainland. And the people are so kind. They're nice. That's what they are. And all of those nice people, they probably work for Tanglewood Prison. But the people seem like us. I don't think this is a prison. I think this is a community. They're probably slowly poisoning us through our food. And they're watching us. Who is watching us? I think that Eleanor is right. She said that the mainlanders just wanted to get rid of us. And I think that things will be okay here. We'll get jobs and we'll get back on our feet. It'll be just like life on the mainland. This is not just like life on the mainland. This is very, very different. On the mainland, you were a journalist. What do you expect to do here? Start an island newspaper? Well, maybe someday. But until then, I'm going to join the fishing crew. I like the way that Eleanor talked about the fishers. It sounded appealing. You can fish? Yes. You don't know everything I can and cannot do. But can you fish well? Yes. And if I can't, then I will learn. So you're telling me you honestly want to stay here? Yes, I do. We've been in prison for a year. I know. And this is the first time we've gotten a taste of freedom. This is practically paradise. This isn't freedom or paradise. It's too good to be true. If that's so, then I enjoy being naive. Grace, we can escape. We'll go back to the mainland. It isn't that far. We'll get new names and new identities, and we'll have the great lives we had before. How will we get back to the mainland? We can't swim the whole way. I'll build a boat. You know how to build a boat? Yes, and if I can't, then I will learn. You say you can fish, so we'll just be just fine. We'll live on the fish we catch. Let's go home. Going home won't be the same. But our dreams are still on the mainland. They're waiting for us. When your dreams are stolen, you can't just go back to them. I know, if we look hard enough, we can find new dreams here. Scene 3, Grace's cottage. Grace and Eleanor have been talking. Mary enters, but is seen by neither Grace nor Eleanor. Someone at work fried some fish for lunch. Would you like some? Thanks, but I better be on my way. Eleanor exits. Are you going to offer me some fish? Mary, do you want some fish? No, I'm not hungry. What's Eleanor doing here? She gave us a cooking pan. I suppose that will help. For now. Have you found work yet? I heard there's an opening at the mill. The mill. It seems like an appropriate name for a place I would work at. It's just a flour mill. I guess so. But we're not meant to be slaves. We're writers, and musicians, and we used to sing in the opera. I didn't train for years just to work at the flour mill. Then why don't you start a theater company on the island? Or give singing lessons? I can't make a living doing that here. Eleanor thought she couldn't make a living with her store, but she did. She said it's surprising what people can do. Well, it doesn't matter what I do. Even if I'm the island's resident opera singer, I'm still stuck here. You should work as a fisher, like me. You get paid and you get free fish. It's going to save a lot of money. And we should start a vegetable garden. That will save money too. Well, if I work at the flour mill, I'll get free flour. You're not the only smart one. Have you met any men yet? Grace, we've been here for 1 week. And I'm not going to fall in love with a criminal. I don't think they're criminals. I think they're like us. I've met someone. His name is Dominic. There are a lot of nice young men here. I think you should try to meet some. Why? To give me one more reason to chain myself here? Mary, if we go back to the mainland, we'll probably be prisoners again. Here, we are free. I bet you'll feel like leaving in a few months. We'll have the boat finished by then. In a few months, we might be able to rent our own house. And not just any house, but one of the ones on the north end. Imagine that. We can live in this cottage for now. I'm not spending my money renting a house. If you want to rent a house, you're on your own. Scene 4. A few months later. At Grace's new house. Grace and Mary are on stage. And these are the curtains that Eleanor helped me make. She said she would bring a curtain rod over this morning to hang them up. I painted this painting, but I bought the frame. And I painted this frame, but I bought the painting. And this will be my sofa during the day and my bed at night. And I'm going to build another sofa for the parlor. You call that other room the parlor? Yes, I do. Mary, someday I could buy this house. It could all be mine. You should save your money. We need more supplies. For our trip? If we go back to the magical mainland, how do you suppose we will avoid being recaptured? Or do you want to be cellmates again? We'll be just fine. We'll figure something out. The boat is finished. I know. I virtually built it myself. You built 1/10 of it. I built at least half of it. I built 90% of it while you were out with Dominic. I hope you didn't tell him about the boat. No. I haven't seen him lately. And even if I had, I wouldn't want to give him the false impression that we're leaving the island. Well, we are. I quit my job yesterday. You quit? I didn't even know you had a job. And I should never have worked at all. Here, I've been waiting for you to go back to the mainland with me, and it's just been a big waste of time. You're never going to leave the island. No, I'm not. I am staying here. I'm going to be a master fisher. A master fisher? Is that a thing on Tanglewood Island? Eleanor enters with the curtain rod. Yes, it is a thing. I'm going to be one. There are so many wonderful things on this island, and so many wonderful people. We can start a new life here. The people on this island are prisoners, and they don't even know it. We are living in a prison. Mary exits. What's going on? Don't worry. You can tell me. We're friends. My sister wants to go back to the mainland. She built a boat. Well, she built half of it. Why does she want to go back to the mainland? Because she doesn't want us to be in prison anymore. Eleanor, are we in prison? Because I don't think this is a prison. I think this is just life. We spend time with people and we do things we love and sometimes we do things we hate. This is just regular, typical, ordinary life, isn't it? If your sister wants to leave, then you should let her leave. But if she goes, then I'll never see her again. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she's just causing you trouble. But she's the only person I have left in the world. The Islanders, they're great and all, but Mary's part of who I am. I can't be apart from my sister. We're both going to stay. Can you make Mary agree to that? I can't make Mary do anything. You can't. No. Grace, are you Mary? What? Do you really truly have a sister named Mary? Or is she just a figment of your imagination? Of course I have a sister named Mary. I've never seen her. Well, maybe she's never seen you either. This is ridiculous. You just need to meet her. Mary! Come out here! Mary enters. What is it? Eleanor says she has never met you before. Eleanor, this is Mary. I'm sorry, I don't see anyone. Eleanor's fooling you. It's part of their plan. They're torturing us, making us feel like we're going insane. This is why we need to leave the island. Mary's not real. She's just part of your imagination. Mary, tell Eleanor you're real. I don't need to prove to Eleanor that I exist. Mary, when I first came here, I had trouble adjusting to the island too. At one point, I even traveled back to the mainland. Did they catch you? No. I bought myself a new identity, and I did everything I wanted to. But the mainland was an empty dream. It didn't compare to the island. So I left, and I came back here. And I've never been happier. She's lying. The island is safe and friendly. It can feel like home for anyone who arrives. And if it doesn't feel like home yet, then it will. You need to get some rest, Grace. Eleanor exits. If Eleanor got to go back to the mainland, then we should get the chance to. Grace, let's go. If you go and I stay here, then maybe that will prove that we're two separate people. Maybe that's for the best. You're crazy. You're brainwashed. Everyone seems to think so. For the past few months, we have been in prison on this island. No, you have been in prison. I've been in paradise. I've been enjoying my stay. You enjoy living in denial. We are in prison, aren't we? We're all prisoners. That's why we need to go back to the mainland. I know. We have to leave. But I don't know if I can. I love the island. But there are limits here. So many limits. This is nothing like the mainland. But if the mainland was so great, then why did those great people send us here? If Tanglewood Island is so great, then why do we feel like its prisoners? I never felt like a prisoner on this island. Not until today. Can we really do this? Yes, Eleanor made it back to the mainland once, so we can too. Did she really go? Maybe it's just a lie. You're an excellent fisher. We'll be just fine. I don't want to be in prison again. For the past few months, we've been free, haven't we? I don't know. There will be so many limits. We're always going to have limits, Mary. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave the island or not? You want to leave. You want to feel free. But I want to stay. I feel free here. Well, I do sometimes. Other times I feel a pull, like the mainland is calling me. I feel torn between this island, which is full of hope, and my home, where I left all my dreams. You want to leave, and I want to stay. But I want to stay because I'm scared. You're not scared of leaving, so why should I be scared? Let's leave. Let's go. Let's go home. I know you made the right decision, Grace. I'm so proud of you. Mary hugs her sister, then begins to exit. Mary, what are you doing? You know that Eleanor is right. No, she's wrong. I have a sister, and her name is Mary. And I am not Mary. I am just part of your imagination. Your sister is back on the mainland. You need to go find her. Mary turns to exit again. But even if you're part of my imagination, I need you with me. On that boat. We've come this far. Now we have to finish the journey. Why would you want me with you? I've done my duty. I'm getting you off the island. I know you can do this, Grace. And you know you can do this. Get in that boat and go home. Mary exits stage left. Grace looks into the distance, pondering her future, then exits stage right. Eleanor enters and hangs up the new curtains. The end.